Well, Gerald is setting up, like all the other groups, Gerald just became one of the representative samples. We have some amazing multi-textual identification projects from people, good discussion around them too. People push their technological, expertise in order to be able to create what they wanted. So people reported on learning things that they didn't know before, just to be able to render their multi-text ID project. And I think this is what we would find when we're working with students in school around project-based learning, is that they learn what they need to know to create the products that they need to, that they want to create, and that the learning is, probably more intensive and more comprehensive that way than many of the other ways that we engage in teaching. We'll let Gerald pick it up.
Do this. All right. I've never done this before, so I'm gonna just try. I'm sorry, but it would be wrong of me not to confess, but I am contagious. And I'm sorry, I'm not the only one. There are a handful of others out there with the very same contagion as me, but please don't leave. It's okay to stay, but don't move though. Okay, you might just be sitting by one of us. Wait, don't look. Okay, look. It's your right. Go ahead. It's your right. It's your left. Did you see? I know it might be difficult to distinguish one of us from the rest, but are you sure you saw? No, you didn't. Let me tell you why. Because we are some of the best poets, educators, and MCs that you may never, ever see. Might not have even heard. But that doesn't mean that we are in isolation, hiding behind closed doors, not making our mark on the world. And while I myself may not know all the famous names that you drop like spare change, that doesn't mean I can't share the same stage with them. Just because the limelight eludes me in my poems doesn't mean I can't drop verse with the best of them. Matter of fact, I'll have you know that if I really, really have to, I will rock a verse. And I will rock a verse with boulders so grandiose you think I was throwing in 100 Montezumas. And when you thought you've had enough, I will reverse, making you go back to ponder your own life as if you were smoking through a hookah with the Buddha. Making you rethink the thoughts that pervade your mind, because I remind with a complex marriage of lyrics, philosophies, and ideas that makes you want to rewind just to hear them again. Just to hear them, just to hear them again. And so that's why, when you put a mic in front of me, I'm a little off time right now. But that's why when you put a mic in front of me, I'll turn into my best friend, confessing my innermost secrets as if tomorrow was the end. But real talk though, all flexing aside, I've never even slammed. Any recordings I've done has been with a homegrown setup using GarageBand. And yeah, I've been seen sharing the stage with some known poets and MCs, but as a full-time dedicated educator, in and out, and in and out the scene, I'm sure some of them might not even remember me. Ooh, I wrote a book. Yeah, see, I told you. Oh, wait a minute. It's out of print. And I'm fairly certain, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be named this year's Teacher of the Year, because really, I am not playing this game designed by these bureaucratic pimps promoting this competitive atmosphere, trying to trick out this beautiful profession into a cutthroat career like we were sold to the mean streets to sell our souls in for what? To be acknowledged for only a fraction of whole numbers in the form of test scores? It's like they're expecting us to be teacher whores, hustling prescriptive tricks for one-sided simplified statistics that don't even mean shit. Hold on a second. What's up? What's up, son? What you need? ELA? Math? I got some math. Let me see here. Number sense. You need some number sense, huh? Right? Oh, sense conventions? I got some sense conventions. And check it out though, see? It's not that I am anti-test. I'm not even anti-content standards. But I am anti-protest. And I protest those who put everything on the test. And I protest those who stop everything for the test. And I protest those who say that we are not highly qualified if our youth do not perform all well on the test, when we all know that those tests are not as they appear. When we all know that those tests don't expect us to develop the next Shakespeare. So hold on. Let me shake this fear for them. The one that check marks the ballot box of these everyday teachers of the year, who are the unseen, under-respected, underappreciated ones who truly want to be here. And they walk out of halls sincere about pushing the limits of their students clear beyond what they thought they could do. And all of you, if no one ever told you, then I appreciate you. All you do. Yet you still face adversity from the very government that claims that no child is left behind. When we all know what this government leaves behind, besides students, teachers, and schools, we're talking about what? Critical minds, creative minds, artistic minds, revolutionary minds, soldiers in the Middle East fighting with their lives on the line. Soldiers in deep East Oakland fighting to stay off the grind, trying to live an honest life, but supportive services are getting cut, under-resourced, are getting hard to find. And don't forget about how they criminalize immigrants, as if adjusting to life here wasn't already a tough enough time. Or how they be cutting out music, cut sports, cut arts from our inner city schools like they were cutting out our own hearts. Or forcing progressive schools to close, tearing families apart. Gentrifying communities to be broke up into parts. Or leaving hurricane survivors stranded, wondering how they'll ever restart their lives that are already filled with lies and constant cries for help. While these Capitol Hill legislators worry more about re-election than the effects that their policies have dealt. So, am I really worried about fame for me? And whether or not you know me, or have even heard of me? Nah, see, it doesn't even matter if you think like this one hustling music producer who once told me that if I ever want to legitimize, then I would see him. So if you're ready to go cop my CD at Rasputin's, that ain't there, because I don't have one. But don't get me wrong, I don't need a CD to legitimize me. Selling my published work doesn't define me. What does is my pen, my heart, my spirit, my paper, my community, my youth, my soul, this crowd, not the shroud of commercialism covering me. What does matter is that you felt me, and my heart felt words that I selectively and delicately chose one, for you. And so each piece of this piece is my gift, my present for your presence, even if I am the essence of every poet, educator, and MC that you may never ever see, may never even hear about. And so this right here becomes my contagion, the one that I pass on to everyone, intersecting communities with heart, mind, spirit, paper, and soul, the one that says that it affects you to bring together the parts to form the whole and inspire you to fill all our holes so that we can remember at least, at the very least, this poem, this night, this birth of poetic energy, this connection between you and me, this, and this. Thanks.